In the name of God, hello to all you dear and honorable viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. Friends who happen to be members of this Little Brothers Telegram channel know that we've recently started interpreting the Masnavi on the channel. Almost every night, I go through one of the couplets from the first volume of the Masnavi. I try to write about it, maybe a bit clumsily, sharing some points that interested friends can read there. If you're not a member of the channel yet, I recommend following it through the link above. But here as well, I plan to. Alongside the written texts, the same text serves both as an interpretation and a connection between us and the rich Persian literature. For my fellow Persian-speaking Iranians, dear friends in Tajikistan, and all the honorable people of Afghanistan watching this video, I hope they can engage with this beautiful, deeply meaningful, and very insightful text that invites us, as people worn down in spirit, mind, and body, to find some peace. Let's take some time to reflect on the Masnavi's writings. I've mentioned many times and asked as a brother that my good friends, respected ladies and gentlemen who are watching, if you follow the channel, honestly, if we drift away from Persian literature and don't stay connected to it, we lose a lot. Not only does our identity suffer, but our feelings, mood, and soul lose their peace. The world we live in is full of bad news. Every day brings stress, anxiety, worry, and fear. We need to find ways to refresh ourselves, to feel better, and to take an inner journey so we can revive a deeper understanding of life within ourselves and grow as human beings. And hopefully, we'll keep moving forward. Without any further introduction, I'll jump right into the text, and I ask you to follow along with the first volume and the first verse. Rumi starts the first verse like this, and you're probably familiar with it. Listen to the reed, how it tells a tale, complaining of separations. Pay attention to the words. One talks about the reed, another about storytelling, and another about separation, ending with a complaint. When we put these together and look at the rainbow of this arrangement, we can start to uncover deeper layers hidden in the meanings, and Rumi's intention is to take a little journey. I've gone through this journey with this text, and I invite you to join me. Listen. The sound of the neigh, not just an empty flute tone, but the cry of a soul torn from its origin. When the neigh was cut from the reed bed, it found a voice, but this voice is pain, not just ordinary words. It's a complaint about separation. But this complaint isn't a hopeless wail. It's a story that reminds us of the way back. Rumi sees the neigh as a mirror of the human being, someone who's been cut off from their original home, from that divine closeness, and now every breath they take is a translation of longing. Every sound the neigh makes is a fresh wound, and every note, it's a passion that never dies out. This sound invites us to truly listen, not just with our ears, but with our hearts. Separation here isn't just about physical distance, it's about being away from the truth. A person is like a reed flute. Until it's emptied out, it can't sing or cry out. Here, the reed is screaming, showing the world its own sad story of separation. With all its being, it expresses longing through its rhythmic cries. Humans are like this reed. Until they empty themselves, letting go of selfishness, pride, illusion, and independence, they can't truly make music. That's the essential condition for playing the tune. When the reed empties itself, it becomes a bearer of the breath of life. And similarly, when a person empties themselves of ego, they become a channel for divine presence. So, the reed's lament is really a love complaint, a pain that shows we're truly alive. Without that wail, there'd be no path to union. Rumi opens the Masnavi with this verse to say that anyone who understands the reed sound is a traveler on the journey back home, and anyone who knows the pain of separation carries the promise of reunion in their heart. I think what I've written and shared here doesn't really need much more explanation, as it tells the story of this preface and Rumi's opening lines in the Masnavi. First off, that opening line is a wake-up call to everyone. If you're feeling sad, hurt, or in pain, all that suffering comes from being disconnected. We've separated from our true selves, and it's like an apple. Look at an apple tree. This apple stays fresh and alive as long as it's attached to the strong trunk of the tree, which has roots deep in the ground. No matter the storm, the harsh weather, the wind, or the sun, they all just help keep the apple fresh. But once that apple is ripped off the tree and falls to the ground, from then on, any kind of rain or weather, the sun's warmth and the breeze don't just give life to the tree or to the apple. They actually cause this apple to rot and go bad. A person who's cut off from their true self suffers the same way. Someone separated from their divine essence and spiritual roots is like that apple torn from the tree. That's why we're still in pain, like the reed that's been cut from the reed bed, now hollow inside. This emptiness cries out, calling all of us to embrace that emptiness so we can find a way to express the buried cries within us. Thanks for being with me. If you're interested in this discussion and the series I started right from the very first introduction, the first chapter, and the very first verse, I invite you to definitely follow the channel. Please leave your thoughts in the comments so we can be on the same page. I really appreciate you joining me on this journey with Monero. Wherever you are, I wish you all the best. And please, if you know anyone who's interested in these topics, invite them to the Tandis channel.